Hi, I'm John Persinos, Editorial Director of Investing Daily. Welcome to my weekly Weed Report for Thursday, October 6. With the U.S. midterm elections about a month away, the political landscape is crowded with federal and state proposals to boost the marijuana industry. One of the most consequential midterm elections in U.S. history is just a few weeks away. On November 8, voters in our deeply polarized nation will decide which party controls the U.S. House and U.S. Senate. In the aftermath of the voting, we'll get a better idea of the political climate ahead for the marijuana industry. If the marijuana-friendly Democrats keep control of both chambers of Congress, any one of the following proposed federal bills stands an excellent chance of passage and the eventual signature of President Biden. These federal laws are in various stages of progress. Some have been approved by the House, but not the Senate. Others are still in committee. The midterm elections hold the key to their fate. With ideological divisions running deep, it's tough to get a culturally charged issue such as marijuana legalization through Congress, especially the 50-50 Senate. Many Republicans, they have dropped their opposition to these bills, and yet, if the GOP gains control of one or both chambers of Congress, pro-marijuana legislation on the federal level faces even tougher odds. However, as I will explain, the states aren't waiting for Uncle Sam. The midterm balloting is likely to usher in the creation of several new state-level legal markets for cannabis, and that translates into sales and profit growth and higher share prices for pot companies. Let's take a look at the 10 political catalysts for the next marijuana bull market. Number 1, the Cannabis Administration and Opportunity Act, CAOA. CAOA would federally deschedule cannabis, expunge prior convictions, allow people to petition for resentencing, maintain the authority of states to set their own marijuana policies, and remove collateral consequences like immigration-related penalties for people who've been criminalized over the plant. Number 2, the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement MORE Act. The MORE Act would federally deschedule cannabis and expunge the records of those with previous marijuana convictions. MORE also would impose a 5% tax on cannabis sales, the revenue from which would be reinvested in communities most harmed by the war on drugs. Number 3, the Secure and Fair Enforcement Safe Banking Act. The Safe Banking Act seeks to protect banking institutions and their insurers that offer services to legal marijuana-related businesses. The bill prevents federal banking regulators from imposing penalties on depository institutions that offer services to these businesses. Number 4, the Marijuana Freedom and Opportunity Act. This bill would federally deschedule marijuana, set aside funding for minority and women-owned cannabis businesses, and provide grants to help people expunge prior marijuana convictions. Number 5, the Legitimate Use of Medicinal Marijuana Act. This legislation would move marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 2 under the Controlled Substances Act and stipulate that the federal government can't prohibit or otherwise restrict state legal use, possession, transportation, production, and distribution of medical cannabis. Number 6, the Medical Marijuana Research Act. The bill would simplify the registration process for researchers interested in studying cannabis and allow certified scientists to obtain research-grade cannabis from private manufacturers. Number 7, the Marijuana Revenue and Regulation Act. This bill would deschedule marijuana and impose various federal taxes, including income, excise, and occupational taxes, to bring marijuana into the business mainstream. Number 8, the Veterans Medical Marijuana Safe Harbor Act. This bill would make it legal under federal law for military veterans to use, possess, or transport medical marijuana in state legal systems. It also would allow Department of Veterans Affairs doctors to issue medical cannabis recommendations to their patients. Number 9, the Small and Homestead Independent Producers SHIP Act. The SHIP Act seeks to help small marijuana growers compete against big corporations, proposing to give them the ability to ship and sell products directly to consumers within and across state lines. The bill would kick in when cannabis is federally legalized. And number 10, state ballot initiatives on November 8. The following map shows the latest status of state laws in the U.S. regarding marijuana. As you can see, the legalization movement has spread from coast to coast. There are proposed adult use ballot initiatives during the midterm elections in Arkansas, Maryland, North Dakota, Ohio, and South Dakota. Similarly, there are both adult use and medical ballot measures proposed in Florida, Idaho, Missouri, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. All of these initiatives are favored in public opinion polls. To get ahead of the political curve, I urge you to read my new book, The Wide World of Weed and Psychedelics. The product of years of painstaking research, my book provides specific, actionable advice on how to pick the best pot stocks. To order your copy, visit the URL that you see right now on your screen. Well, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching.